Hi, I'm Patu from Free Cal. In a video posted a couple of days ago, I had pointed out that you cannot really expect X or Y return from a long-term SIP. The long-term SIP return fluctuates. If the market falls down, the return will fall down. No matter how long you have been doing the SIP for, the return will fall down. If the market moves up, the return will move up. So someone commented in that video asking whether a step-up SIP would do better than a normal SIP. So in a normal SIP, the amount of investment is the same from 1 month to other. In a step-up SIP, typically what you do is you increase the monthly investment every year. Typically, let's say by 5% or 10% or something like that. Now, obviously, step-up SIP will be recommended as a better option by people who sell the mutual funds or people who create mutual funds because it's more profits for them. So if you see a projection like this, so this is the growth of a 10-year step-up SIP, the blue values, that's a 10% increase, year-on-year increase in the monthly investment, and the black dots is the growth of a normal SIP for a constant amount. So obviously you can see that the because you invest more, obviously the corpus is going to be higher in a step-up SIP, and therefore it has done better. This does not mean that you have got more return in a step-up SIP. Because you invest more, you are going to get a higher value. That doesn't mean the return is higher. So to give you a simple example, let's say a stock has moved up by 10% over a year. So two people invested in that stock at the start of the year. One person put in 1,000 rupees, another person put in 2,000 rupees. Obviously, the person who invested more will get a slightly higher corpus. But that doesn't mean they got different returns. The return is the same for both of them. That is the absolute return. That is the final value minus initial value divided by the initial value. The absolute gain is or loss is the same for both investors. So similarly, whether you do a step-up SIP or the normal SIP, the XIRR or the annualized return will be more or less the same for both. Only that because of the higher investment, you will get a higher corpus in the step-up SIP. Now, this is the rolling returns, the SIP rolling returns. About 153 or 154 data points are there in this each colored line. The red line is the 10-year step-up SIP. The normal SIP is a black line. You can see that the rolling returns for both SIPs are practically the same. There's really no difference between the two. The returns are going to be the same. Obviously, the corpus is going to be higher in the case of step up. I'm not saying it's step up. You shouldn't do a step up. Obviously, you should increase your investments as much as possible every year. Whether you do it by SIP or not is a different matter. I personally don't like to be tied to an SIP. I want to invest as much as possible from 1 month to the other. So that doesn't mean I have got more returns, right? So the essential point is, however way you invest, you can invest lump sum, you can invest tactically, you can invest the same amount every month, you can invest different amounts every month, or you can increase it step by step every year. However way you invest, there is no escape from the market volatility. You cannot beat that market volatility. You cannot say I'm going to I expect 10% return, I expect 12% return, there's a very strong possibility or probability even I'm going to get it. No, you cannot talk about probabilities. By the way, many people ask that because you don't know all the possibilities. Only when you know all the possibilities can you define a probability. That's not possible in the market. You can't define a distribution. The market return distribution itself it's complex, and it's neither Gaussian nor is it any other kind of long tail distributions. You can't fit a nice perfect distribution to fit it, and therefore you cannot talk about means, median return, mean return, or a probability for that matter. That is the reason why I keep saying goal-based investing makes a big difference. Have an asset allocation, decrease the equity component in that asset allocation systematically, and have an eye on the target corpus and the actual corpus, and understand where you are at any point in the journey. That's the way to make money in the market, not by expecting some return and staying invested in hope.